Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction to read-through for Omniscient Reader, or Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, chapters 123, 124, and 125, at least. I'll do at least these three because, I've been pretty committed to trying to do at least three per video as best I can, but I am not feeling the super best today or anything, so I'm not at my 100%. I am excited to read though. I do love, thank you all for your comments and stuff on last week's video, just helping to give me even more perspective than just my own. I love that, people brought up how his mom's book is something that's really dear to him in kind of, maybe a negative context. But then we also have, it seems like if you were in Dokja's situation, it would be kind of a pretty negative context. But then we see TWSA and how it had, despite all of its shortcomings, how it was the perfect book for him, how it was a book that had such a positive impact on Dokja. But either way, I'm excited to read. I don't think I can think of anything particular to say for the intro, so let's just start reading. That's right. It was my mom who wrote it, and that's what last chapter ends on. And then we get into the title splash, Abandoned World Part 7. I can still remember how our house was flooded with reporters. Okay, so we're just continuing straight with the same exact thought, the same line of thought. Everyone kept asking if her essays were based on a true story. I even remember everything my classmates said, how my mom sold off her past as a murderer to make money. Yeah, she even used murderer in the title. It is crazy, over 100 chapters in, getting like some more Dokja, like actual backstory. That's so cool. Even my relatives asked me how my mom could allow herself to be seen in the papers like that when she's a murderer. Then, and of course we have him looking roughed up in the image. Dokja, things were a little difficult because of that. No, maybe more so than just a little. I can stand being the son of a murderer. But having that story sold off for money is a different story. Man, and again, we're seeing how deep that effect is and how different that specific aspect is to the story. To think my life was being exchanged for money by someone else is a completely different story. The constellations didn't gift me any coins then, but more than ever before, I can feel that the constellations are looking at me right now. Yeah, they're not just laughing along, gifting super chats. They're, I think, really seeing Dokja. This, too, must just be another story to them. Do you still think I should forgive my mother? Maybe this is the vilest form of violence I can use against Sangha, who was raised in a happy home. I'm sorry, I was just joking. What? That was a lie. I got you so good, didn't I? Come on, how could something so dramatic happen in real life? My mom and I are just like all the other regular families. I don't know how I feel about this. I think this could be a cultural difference kind of thing, but I don't know, just trauma dumping all that and being like, haha, just kidding, almost makes it worse than just sticking to your guns. And my dad was in an accident when I was little. He stops. She grabs his hand. The fourth wall is shaking lightly. Dokja? He pulls his hand away. I love their faces. What, did you two kiss again? We won't stomping up. Kiss? Look at Sangha blushing. You must have. Smug. Quit it. Nothing happened between us. Sure thing. Whatever. Some strange old lady came looking for you. Did you ask for her? Now, what would you want from a useless old hag like me? And you must be Kim Dokja, young man. I've heard a lot about you from Sugyung. Nice to meet you. Okay, so that is the one that's being sent with them. And you know what's crazy? Her design feels so plain for ORV. ORV's designs are usually like so intricate that it's actually kind of crazy how plain her design is. Now we have everyone watching along. Man, this is a really, really cool visual. Is this going to be what takes them then to the next scenarios area? Excuse me, coming through. Then, so you've come. Yeah, you're not so happy to see me, are you? You don't have to participate in this one. It seems you have a woman you love, and then, of course, because of Junghyuk's misinterpretation. What? Things will only get harder. Wait, did he leave me out because he was looking after me? Junghyuk of all people. This could be your last scenario. Him in the background. I don't know if it's that noble or not. Come to think of it, Junghyuk of the current round is the same Junghyuk who lost Seolhwa in the previous round. It's not like that. This isn't a time for love. Then you won't mind dying. Come on, do you have to be so harsh? You're hurting my feelings. Don't forget, I haven't paid you back yet for the beating I took. Alright, I'd almost forgotten about it. Thanks for reminding me, jerk. Do you want me dead or do you want me alive? Now we have the message. Now I'll go over some things you should be aware of for this scenario. All of his teammates react. Okay, so his teammates are reacting, but not the old woman or Jihye. You can only enter the warp crystal in pairs. For that reason, we'll move in pairs in this scenario. Me and Yusung will be Group 1. Huiwon and Hyunsung will be Group 2. Sung'an, the old prisoner lady, will be Group 3. And since Gil-young's the odd one out, Jihye from Junghyuk's group will be partnering up with him. And Junghyuk, that jerk will... I'm sure he's figured something out. You might feel a little nauseous after entering the crystal, but don't be flustered. The scenario screen will pop up as soon as you arrive on the other side. What's important is that when the scenario screen pops up, hold on, and we have a Dokubi cutting in. I'm sorry, but I have an emergency announcement. What? A Dokubi? I almost forgot to tell you, but the initial number of people allowed in the Seoul Dome, and then, I forget his name, Yoongi, I think, something like that, will be 8 and not 10. And then they look surprised. Oh, is that because the other 2 were already there? What is he saying? Well, we already have our starting member sorted out. Damn it, that Dokubi's name was Yoongi, wasn't it? Hey, I got it right. There was a dimensional rift during the 5th scenario, which caused some contestants to enter the 6th scenario prematurely. So it is because they entered early. There are people in there already. I feel like Dokja should know, right? Yes. So 2 people from the Seoul Dome are already in the scenario. Wait, come to think of it. Soo-young and Pildu were already in the scenario. On the screen Persephone showed me in the underworld. Although they were let in due to an error in the scenario, we can't help but reduce the number of participants to keep things fair. What? That's nonsense. What do we do, Dokja? And then we get cliffhanger on that. Okay, very, 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 very good chapter. Very good chapter, but I gotta go do something really quick, and then I'll be right back to record the next 2, but it'll just be like an instant jump cut for all of you. Although they were let in due to an error in the scenario, okay, we can't help but reduce the number of participants to keep things fair. What? That's nonsense. What do we do, Dokja? And then... okay. Protection, symbol of the immune ta. So, immuntar, I think it should be. Protection symbol of the parasites. And protection symbol of the embargo. Alright, insert the 5 protection symbols. So he has 3, and the protection symbols we've obtained after defeating the catastrophe of water and the catastrophe of ice. We have his mother, and again, one day I'll remember her name. We have his mother in Junghyuk. You have proven your worth. Now it opens up. The warp crystal has been activated. creates a portal for them to go through. The main scenario has been updated. Okay, main scenario, abandoned world, has begun. I'll sit this one out, says Sangha. Surprised. Me too. You said there's a second part anyway, right? So we're losing Sangha and Huiwon for this. I think that's good in the sense that I think Hyun Sung and Gil Young haven't had development in a while and they need the development more than these two. But it's bad in the sense that we're losing two like really useful heavy hitters. You seem a little out of it, so I'm a little worried, but I'm sure you'll do fine. Out of it? And that scary man also seems to be on our side this time. I won't have anything to worry about leaving Huiwon and Sangha behind. Even when they hold a contest again to see who will enter the scenario, those two will have no problem making it in. That's smart too, yeah. Who I need to take now is this old lady. So are you willing to, or are you going with me, young man? She's with Hyun Sung now, the two partners left behind. Then, I forgot to tell you before, but please tell the King of the Wanderers to watch out for Jeon Il-do. She may already know, though. Don't I? Okay. How about you get going now? You're driving me crazy over here. I love Huiwon's relationship with Dokja. Then we see Seolhwa and Junghyuk. Okay, of course, he would be going with Seolhwa, right? See our different pairings. This pairing reminds me of the cinema dungeon. Cute. Okay, let's go. They enter. Abandoned World Part 8. We are just now going into the scenario called Abandoned World, and it's already at Part 8 of the chapter called Abandoned World. See, they end up in a lush green area. Main scenario, Abandoned World, has begun. Ugh. Are you alright? And she throws up. We're surrounded by trees. Looks like we got dropped off in the middle of a forest. We see creatures in the shadows. Yusung. They jump out. Tier 7 monsters, Steel Wolves, the Steel Wolves have appeared. You know, I feel like this would be good for Yusung, right? I feel like she has the, for lack of a better term, elemental advantage here. Then, huh? They seem a little small, mister, and they're tiny, actually. I mean, like, they still have big, sharp teeth. They could probably shred you. I mean, they're not like giant monsters or anything, but they still definitely look very dangerous. And then, okay, they just slaughtered them. What? They don't give us any coins? That event is over now. Not even any items. They don't even have a nucleus. It's because we outlevel them by far. Are they really tier 7 monsters? They felt like somewhere around tier 9. They also felt a little too small. And Dokja hops. Looks like it's not a forest at all. He gets a vantage point from jumping. Let's head out that way. The scenario screen only has the title, and the rest of the details are still question marks. You have not fulfilled the prerequisite for activating the scenario. Okay. They look back to something. Mister? There they are, just as I expected. Everyone get your skills ready. Get ready to charge. Get them, and we have people just rushing in. An entire army of them. And then they're leaping up. It almost looks like they're going past Dokja and Yusung, though, at something. And we get cliffhung there, which is good because I still get... Okay, which is good because I still get to read one more. But yeah, this is good to be at the end to remind me we are still trying to not just complete the 6 main scenario. We're trying to Serpent Hunt here. I forgot about that. So, yeah, we need to keep that in mind. But... that's it for this chapter. Again, sorry if I'm kind of blowing through. I'm doing my best, but I'm also I feel like not all the way mentally here so much, but this was really good once again. And of course, I feel like I guess there's not as much to discuss with this one because where we were getting some really deep character stuff last week and even last chapter, there was some character stuff still going on that I thought was really good towards the beginning. Now we're just kind of going through the game. We got a lot of action panels. It's mostly like action happening right this second. But I did think it was really good. I had a lot of fun with it. And I will continue reading with 125. 125 starts with where we left off here, them jumping. It looks like they're going past them, though, to me. And then 125, Chapter 23, Abandoned World, Part 9. The people here are so small. Okay, actually, they're just tiny, much like the wolves. They must be the residents of this world. Please, don't tell me that we have to fight them. They're too small. You've encountered the residents of other worlds. Check the content of the scenario. And then we have yelling. Catastrophes have appeared over on that side too. Are they the catastrophes for these poor people? And then they're just getting stomped on. That is really brutal. Retreat, everyone. All units retreat. Okay. They're screaming. Help. And man, this guy just looks like we have to kill these tiny people. He just looks so just done with it. And Dokja hides with Yusung. The scenario's a joke. Alright. Maruyama. Wait, you shouldn't kill them, so I guess these are part of the Japan squad. Did you forget what Izumi told us? Are you still going on about Izumi when it's been that long since we've lost contact with them? Michio. Ugh. Then. You know what this scenario is. This isn't the time to think about the morality of our actions. Do not forget what has become of us. Mister, what's the scenario supposed to be? What do we have to do? I actually knew all this time why Junghyuk didn't want to bring Yusung. If you think about it, he's probably more humane than I am. The Starstream doesn't host its scenarios on just Earth. This scenario involves residents of other worlds, too. Many constellations are starved for blood and violence. Many constellations are egging you on to make a decision. Activating the main scenario. Difficulty yes, clear conditions, drive the ruling species of the planet Peaceland of the 9781st planetary system to extinction. Time limit 40 days, reward 200,000 coins, and something else, and no penalty for failure known. So it is much like they are the catastrophes showing up in this world for these people. And then, in the sixth scenario, we're no longer tasked with stopping the catastrophe. Here we... have mercy on us, great catastrophe. Please, I beg of you. You have become the catastrophe for the planet Peaceland. And then they name it Peaceland, and they just have it be tiny people. Must become the catastrophes that destroy this world. Carry out your mission as a catastrophe. Man, it's being like beamed into him. The countries currently participating in the scenario are Japan and Korea. They created this scenario too, right? The mid-grade Dokubi. And we see another. Ganul. My goodness. The third team to arrive from the Japan Dome is going all out from the start. Okay. I hope you'll be able to earn many coins here in Peaceland. This is way too easy. It's just like the people ahead of us told us it would be. Maruyama, whose side will you take? Of course I'll go with the leader. Weren't you going to do the same, Amano? The leader. It's a nickname that's given to a powerful person in TWSA. I have a good idea of what Japan's situation is like for this round. But it's strange. No matter how strong the leader is, the strongest person in Japan would be... The King of Japan is Izumi. You two have forgotten, have you? Japan's most powerful incarnation, and the occupier of their ruler's throne, Hiroki Izumi. And we have a better shot of them than we got before. Like this full body shot here. They're going to join a different group. When Izumi's still alive, he thinks. Michio, you must have heard the rumors. Izumi is now... Some constellations wish to see you crush 10 small men in one step. Okay, leave it to me. And the guy runs off. It's going to take me a bit to get the names. Wait, stop right there. Haven't we killed enough already? Izumi or Ren will be upset if they see you do something like that. Move it. Don't you see you're annoying the constellations? Then Michio's protecting them. Are you nuts? You're gonna fight us because of those little insects? Michio, don't get ahead of yourself. He's risking his life to save them. Who is that? Do I know him? Personal skill character profile has been activated. You do not have any significant information on the target character. Converting to character summary. This is interesting. We don't have info here for Dokja. Character summary, Shoji Michio. Supporting constellation, none. One constellation is currently interested in this incarnation. Personal attribute, Righteous Coward, rare. Overall stats are 25, 24, 31, and 23, which is kind of at this point mid, like not great compared to some of the more recent ones we've seen. Overall evaluation, this character's overall stats are way below average, and it's a wonder how he managed to survive up to this point. A righteous attribute, just like Hyunsung, but not much else other than that. It really does make me wonder how he managed to survive all this time. Shoji Michio, was it? Come at us if you can, but don't you forget that neither Izumi nor Ren are here to save you in here. So they're like, those two aren't competing right now. Okay, no, are here. I thought they said are in here. Okay, they aren't here as in they aren't here right this second, but they could still be participating, and probably are still participating. Yusung reacts. Mister, look. He turns back. We have a roar sound effect. And then, is he going to get powerful because of the righteous attribute or something? We get Cliffhong? Okay. Well, that's a fun cliffhanger, actually. Okay, that was a good set of chapters. I really enjoyed it. I'm sorry it's a little bit shorter than usual this week. I did do 3 chapters, but there was a lot of action. We're kind of just getting into the game. If in the future chapters are kind of shorter like this, I'll probably do a longer video. I'm just really not feeling well. I'm gonna go take a little bit of a break before I start editing this stuff. So, like if you did like the video, comment down there. Tell me what you thought of these chapters, my thoughts and reaction. Subscribe for more. Omniscient Reader, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. If you want to help support the channel by dropping a super thanks, that would be appreciated. Or if you would like to help support the channel and also get your name at the end of every video, get One Piece videos a little bit early, hit join down below to become a channel member, or go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. And yeah, big thank you to people who are already patrons and channel members. Thank you to Chosen, Regular, Evan, Holly, Magical Girls, FR Nono, Abyss Knight, JA, and the D-Man. Thank you to Cheriton students, David Langstaff and Folded Gold. Thank you to Slayer candidates SG and Stan Cedar. And thank you to Pure Element Pate Ardealo. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much for your support, so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.